You need quick recovery and a long day of hiking.
You have to stay awake for a late airplane departure. You relax on a beach and you want a delicious and soothing drink with you. You want a moment of slowdown with your friends or family.
Or you've taken on a 3-day-long train journey with 7 connections and no proper sleep.
I'm telling you, no matter where I've been, from exploring Europe's most crowded cities to hiking 100 kilometers in the wet, windy, ice-cold middle of nowhere in the Arctic, I found out that taking yerba mate on a trip is one of the best decisions you can make. Unless it spills out. You can't get hot water. You can't keep water hot. There is no time for preparation. Yerba spills into your bag. Your gourd gets moldy. Caffeine kicks you. Your accessories break and malfunction.
But don't worry, these can be easily avoided with the right gear and tactics. So now I'll show you how to prepare the perfect mate, literally anywhere.
Our journey starts with packing our stuff. We're looking for gear that reliably does the job in all conditions we haven't thought of. The gourd is the traditional cup for drinking yerba mate. It comes in various shapes, sizes and materials. Shape-wise, take one that has a narrow opening, because it's harder to spill and wind won't blow the leaves out as easily. For size, if I were you, I would choose a smaller cup, because people tend to drink fewer mate when traveling. So our majestic Brazilian cuyas might stay home this time. The material of the gourd can be glass or ceramic, but both breaks if dropped. It can be wood, but that cracks from too fast changes in moisture. You can take real gourd, but it's a little too hard to clean and dry properly. Plastic or silicone could easily fit into your bag, plus it gets lighter with each refill as it dissolves in your water. I'm sure you'll keep that in mind. By far the most rational choice is stainless steel. Unbreakable, light and easy to clean. Many thermos lids are super mate gourds as well. But who would I be if I didn't take the most authentic and feely option despite how peculiar the maintenance is? So I'll take my calabash while you should still take your stainless steel gourd. Also, you can just use any cup you have in your destination for your mate to save packing space. You cannot drink mate without a bombilla, or at least none that's worth drinking. Bombillas are all made of metal, and for your trip I would recommend a simple stainless steel one like this. Just make sure it has a spoon filter in case you drink finely cut yerbas. If you want to drink hot mate on the way, it's good to have a thermos bottle with you. Clearly something simple and sturdy, like Stanley. Its only downside is that it might have a higher chance of being stolen and that it's quite a bit massive. When in truth, any thermos will do that you use at home. There are so many brands of yerba mate, and if you're watching, you probably already have your own favorite. I would recommend you not to overcomplicate, just take one you know and trust. For very active holidays, a strong and powdery Uruguayan yerba may fit better. Or for beach relaxation, you can take Tereré, which can be refilled with cold water, or some local fruit juice, which can taste truly amazing. Paraguayan yerbas are a good all-rounder because you can make them as hot mate and Tereré, both feeling like a pleasant dive in an ashtray. Argentinian yerbas are also delicious, and they are easy to prepare. And if you want your trip to be remembered by those 2 hours when you've been fighting to suck moist green leaf through your disastrously clogged bombilla, then Chimarrão is just what you're waiting for. But as I said, just take one that you like anyway. A dedicated mate carrying bag can be so useful, making your mate way more mobile. It's just that it's a little too expensive and a herd of cows were hurt in the process. A good yerba-container can also facilitate the preparation. The best additional is taking a mate drinking friend with you to the trip. It's so much more fun to drink mate together, like that's what it's designed for. If you don't happen to possess such friend, don't worry, because we are working hard to get as many people on mate as we can. So please help us by sharing this video, or what? Help yourself. Now with our gear ready, we face an obstacle. How do we transport everything while keeping it safe and making it occupy as little packing space as possible? Here are my top 7 packing tips for you. If you have decided to take calabash gourd, place it among soft clothes to minimize the risk of its legs breaking out. Also make sure to pack it as dry as possible, or if wet, stuff some paper towel into it to absorb moisture. But even then, the risk of molding is pretty high, so you better pack it dry. If you have stainless steel, keep it far from keys or metal parts that can scratch the paint from it. Bombillas are easy to store, it's just that you might want to clean it before the trip and leave the cleaner home and that half a kilo of scary green stuff that accumulated in it over the years. For the thermos, it's crucial to have it empty if you go through airport security. If you take a Mateverse bag, you can place it in your package with the thermos and gourd inside it, filling the remaining space with clothes or other soft things so that you save space and protect your accessories. For the yerba, I recommend packing it into sealable bags because the factory bags are often leaky, and this way you can have some funny conversations with the security detail. If you have a very limited packing space, here's what you can do. You can either leave out the thermos and keep rewarming your water or drink only tereré, or you can leave out the gourd and use any cup you find for the mate, or you can do both, obviously. If all goes well, you and your gear have safely arrived to the first place where you feel like a mate. So now, how to get hot water? On your accommodation, you will likely have an electric kettle. You can prepare roughly mate temp water by adding 1 part room temp and 2 parts boiling water to your thermos. Out in the city or at an airport where you obviously cannot take a thermos full of hot water with you, you can go to a cafe and ask them to fill your thermos 2/3 or fill it with 70 degrees Celsius water. Sometimes they have that too. Most cafes will do that for free. If you're in the middle of nowhere, chances are you have a camping stove with you. You can even do without a thermos by reheating water each time, but that comes with wasting a lot of fuel. If you're next to a campfire, you can keep a bowl of water at mate temp by keeping it at a certain distance from the heat, which sounds easy, but it isn't. If you have a thermometer though, you can be sure that you have the right water temp at all times. After this little trip in the potential horrors of getting hot water, you may wonder, why don't we just take tereré? For those who don't know, tereré is a kind of mate that is refilled with cold drinks. And by cold drinks, I mean anything from water to lemonade to fruit juices to liquid nitrogen. Any drink you like, it will only be better if you drink it as tereré. Also, you can leave your thermos and your gourd home because you can prepare tereré in any glass. So why on earth do I mess with hot mate instead? Because I prefer that. But be careful, because not every yerba is good when prepared cold. You should look for one that is directly labeled as tereré. I put links into the description for some good tereré brands, you can try them out. Oh, still here? Then you must have faith in that hot mate, don't you? If you do, here's my best advice for you.
When you have to prepare mate in a discomfort, there are quite a bit of things that you better do differently. For example, this is the amount of space I have. Also, the train is shaking, so let's see what can we do here. One very nice trick that I always do when I prepare mate in such discomfort is opening my thermos in the beginning and then keeping it open for the rest of the process. You may ask, how will I hold the mate on my bombilla for 5 minutes in a train that is so shaky? Well, I have a different technique for that. So the thing is that I pour in only a little bit of water and it seeps into the leaves very quickly. So what I do next is attaching my bombilla. So we have kind of a mountain now, but you will see that it collapses immediately after the first refill. And we have to drink it. So now I have my mountain collapsed, but the first refill filled up the leaves pretty nicely. So it's almost like I was steeping it for 5 minutes. So now I can build my mountain and it will be as good as if I steeped it for 5 minutes. As you can see, this is a beautiful mountain, and this is the way you can come around the bombilla balancing and steeping part.
Moving a mate around, what could go wrong?
My experience is that the further you go, the more difficult it gets to transport your mate. That valley took me 2 days to walk through, so I think I went pretty far to justify that statement.
At that point in our trip, I was beginning to grasp how many things could go wrong. And clearly transporting a mate was among the smaller challenges, but only because I was prepared for that, using these 4 life-saving tactics. If you have a backpack, put the mate in the side pocket. Easy to do, and your mate remains virtually untouched unless your backpack tilts a bit. Then it spills badly. As I rarely feel pretending to be a gyroscope on my walks, I was looking for a better option. Remove the bombilla and stuff a paper tissue or some kind of fabric in the gourd opening. That way you can put your mate inside your bag, but honestly I wouldn't risk my life on that tissue. A dedicated mate carrying bag or matera is by far the best option I have found yet for the task. It keeps your mate stable and safe at all times. It occupies one hand though, so it's a bad choice for hiking adventures or any long walk.
If you're on a hike, here's the easiest way to carry your mate around. Check this out. I have my mate in this pocket. There's no bombilla in it because the bombilla is carried separately. So the moment you need to drink mate, you just take this, take the bombilla and rebuild the mountain like this. Here you go. This is good as new.
If you want to be totally safe, after removing the bombilla, you can compress the mountain, put a paper towel into it and place the whole thing in a sealable plastic bag. Now that's full protection. If cleaning your mate is your biggest concern, you're onto something. I prefer throwing my yerba in a natural area to give it back to the cycle. In the middle of a city though, any waste bin will do. Now, if you're smarter than me, you just rinse your stainless steel gourd and move on with life. If not, you should dry the insides of your calabash gourd with a cloth and put it on its side in a well-ventilated place, so that the next day you wake up with a fresh gourd to set out exploring the world. Unless there might be a better drink for all this. Designed to be prepared in large quantities, transported ready to drink, you can skip all the messing with mate accessories and gain the same old benefits. Possibly even better. I call it the secret superfood of the Amazon. We have a whole amazing video about it. It's truly fascinating, make sure to watch it. It's here in the top right corner. So now that you're fully equipped for your journey with a good mate, make sure to like and subscribe to help us create more videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.